Hey everyone, Dave here from OSGTTV. Welcome to the stream. If this is your first time here, welcome. We love streaming retro games, retro computers, arcade, virtual pinball. If it's something we can plug into the computer and stream, we love streaming that and sharing that with you. We got a little bit of a surprise tonight, something that came up unexpectedly. Kind of excited for it. It's the first time we're really going to use it tonight. And yeah, it's another addition to our retro mini console collection. Something that I knew it existed, but I didn't really have my eyes on until just recently, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So, yeah, once again, if this is your first time here, Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, 8:30 p.m. Central Time and 10 a.m. Central on Sundays are the normal scheduled streams. We might go do some streaming in between there, but those are the three normal times. So join us over on Twitch on those days for some chill retro fun. With that being said, let's get things started.
Doors slide open, air smells like dust and sugar, flicker in the corner calling out my name. Old high score list, my initials halfway down it, pockets heavy jangling like I never changed. Retro to this day, stacking quarters just to stay, wasting all my daylight, chasing pixels, chasing fate. Retro to this day, I grew up, but I remain right here in the glow. Retro, retro to this day.
So over the last course of months, we've been collecting quite the stack of mini consoles and computers, and one of them has been, it kind of caught my eye, but it's not really modeled after an actual console or after an actual arcade game. So it kind of just got pushed to the side, and you know, it's also $60 to $80 to $90 depending on where and when you've been looking for them. But I actually came across one over the last couple weeks, and believe it or not, it was on Temu. I don't know what possessed me to be on Temu that day. I've got the app, but I never use it. I think the last time I used it was maybe like 8 months or a year ago. So I just happened to bring it up, and I just happened to be browsing, and I looked at like all the little electronic gadgets and consoles and stuff like that. And here was something that looked like the small portable SNK mini system, the Neo Geo, and I'm like, I wonder if that's some kind of cheap knockoff or if that's the actual product. So took a chance, ordered it, it arrived, I unboxed it, got the video here, we'll play that for you in just a few seconds. And sure enough, it is the actual Neo Geo console. And the best part is I got it for 22 bucks. So I didn't pay, and it was like 26 with shipping total. So I didn't pay 30, I didn't pay 40, it wasn't used off eBay. I didn't pay 60 for a brand new one, which is I think what going eBay prices today. Maybe a little over 60 on Amazon. So yeah, 22 plus shipping, like 26 total, and I've got the Neo Geo mini console. So pretty cool deal. And what we'll do is we'll play the video for you right now of the unboxing, and we'll kind of talk through some of the computer specs and everything, the system specs, and overlay that on the video, because we did the video, I think, when did we do it? It was about 6 or 7 days ago we actually unboxed it. So we've been kind of sitting on it for a while. Didn't really know when we were going to present it on the stream, but tonight is as good as any night. And let's get going. We're going to move over to the movie theater for this one, because why not, right? All right, so yeah, I pulled it out of the cardboard box, and to my surprise, it was the actual Neo Geo Mini system. I really was expecting some kind of cheap knockoff system, you know, something that is designed like it, but worth like 30 bucks. So here you go, 40 games included on it. It's the international version. There's two different flavors of it. This is the international version. They have slightly different game lists on them, and we'll talk about some of that stuff coming up here in just a minute. But unboxing of the Neo Geo Mini. So let's, as we're unboxing this, let's flip over to the wiki page. And I'll kind of read through some of that. Neo Geo Mini, dedicated miniature home arcade console developed by SNK as part of the company's 40th anniversary celebrations. Released initially on July 24th, 2018. The new hardware is packed with 40 built-in Neo Geo titles and was made to thank the fans that have supported the SNK series such as King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown, Metal Slug, and more. By the way, this is read from the SNK fandom wiki page, so thank you for this information out there. The design for the Neo Geo Mini is inspired by the original MVS arcade cabinet with a joystick style controller. So I don't have an extra joystick style controller with this. It is just the base system. Don Valor, how goes it tonight? Thanks for stopping by, checking out the new hardware reveal. Got it off Temu for a cheap $22. I don't know if they still have them out there for that price, but couldn't pass it up. I'm almost tempted to go out there and get the red one too, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I haven't really used it. Tonight's going to be the first night we really use it and have it hooked up, and we'll have it hooked up via HDMI and stream it for you guys, and we'll check it out. Yeah, 22 bucks, 26 shipped. It's going for like 60 brand new on eBay and a little over 60 on Amazon right now, I believe. And that's even a markdown price. Normally it's like $80. And I don't know what I'm measuring it here, you know, against my hand. I don't know what the hell I was thinking that night when I recorded this, but joystick it's got an analog feel to it. It just kind of rotates around 360 degrees with no clicking. But it is a digital 8-way joystick, which is kind of interesting. Let's see, back to the wiki here. Each side has USB-C port for controller support, while the back of the unit features power switch, USB-C port to power it, headphone jack, and a mini HDMI to connect to an HD television. So there you see the sticker. They got two different sticker marquees you can put on the unit to choose from. Kind of a cool little feature. Where did I leave off here? Aside from the Mini itself, package includes a USB power cable, two mini marquee stickers that can be placed directly above the screen, and a Neo Geo sticker. As you can see the logo on the box, it's for the side panel. The Mini can be seen as SNK's attempt to ride the wave of recent popularity dedicated to miniature game consoles such as Nintendo's NES Classic Edition and the SNES Classic Edition, and even features a similar main menu and allows 4 save states for each game. True to its arcade roots, however, is that each game can be played directly on the Mini itself, or it can be connected to a television to play on a large screen, with the Mini itself serving as a controller. Yeah, very similar to all of the other Mini consoles that we've been collecting. This one, though, you can play right on the unit, built-in screen, kind of similar to like the Atari Game Station Go that we've been talking about for like the last month or two. So we got the power cable in. We're looking to get a screen powered up here just to see if the thing is actually working, or if it's like a $22 dud. Yeah, what ended up happening is I just didn't have the cord plugged in tight enough. So, and then we saw the light come on. You got a little joystick ring, which is cool. Neo Geo logo, and a little game selection screen. And we'll be getting into this a little more in just a few minutes. Many accessories created for the Mini are sold separately. A plug-in adapter for the USB cable must be purchased separately and is required to power the unit. So yeah, it comes with USB cable, but if you want the actual wall plug, you gotta just use your own. An SNK branded Mini HDMI cable can be purchased. We'll show you what we picked up here to get this hooked up. And additional marquee stickers can also be purchased online. 2 Neo Geo controllers have been developed exclusively for the Mini, colored black and white, which can be plugged into the sides into the USB-C ports. At least one controller is required to play the 2-player game modes. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing on the mic there. Breathing heavily or something, I don't know. Games included are all based on their AES home versions, while certain games have additional features not found in their MVS arcade versions, such as playable bosses, adjustable difficulties, training modes. Players are also given a small number of credits to play each game. So we'll get into that. I don't know. I'm hoping it's unlimited play, like if you're using an emulator, but we'll see. Fortunately, the Mini also emulates the memory card feature of the home versions, allowing players to manually save their progress upon receiving a game over. There are some exceptions to both features. Some games such as Magician, Lord, Blazing Star, and Puzzled grant infinite credits, and the memory card feature is absent in both Shock Troopers games. Yeah, there's a lot of reading to do here. Shortly before the Mini was released in Japan, SNK announced a separate version, the Neo Geo Mini International, for the worldwide market, which is this one. And this would feature 40 titles, but some differences in game selections. Following the release of the international version, SNK announced a limited Christmas edition, which had 48 games, HDMI cable, controllers, and blah 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 blah. In 2019, SNK announced the Neo Geo Mini Samurai Showdown Limited set. I've never seen that machine. And then in 2019 of August of 2019, sorry, I'm talking like Yoda backwards now. Special limited black variant featuring Kuroku. Did I pronounce that right? I don't know. 48 games. Another version of this was released in the American and European markets in September 2019, but only includes the same 40 titles as the earlier Samurai Showdown versions. The Mini was succeeded by the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro, a large arcade pad that similarly contains many pre-installed games and can be used as a controller. Alright, so yeah, how about we get to this? And in the video, I don't know, let's see how far the video is here. Video is almost done. I was trying to plug in the HDMI cable like day one when I unboxed this thing, and I found out that, you know, I really didn't try pushing it in this many times. I kind of saw right off the bat what the issue was. But yeah, they went and put a HDMI mini port on here, which is stupid. And it's not like the mini port like you would have on a Raspberry Pi. It's an actual mini version of like the actual shape of the HDMI cable, but a smaller version of it. Kind of strange. So I had to go buy some adapters so I could plug my cable in, and we've got that. I went to eBay. There was a US seller that has like mini HDMI to normal HDMI adapters, 2 for $3. So I ordered one of those, and they just came in today. And I think that's why I held off on streaming this thing, because I was just waiting for the HDMI adapters. You don't have to get their cable, but you have to get a cable. You have to get an adapter that goes from the mini HDMI to a normal size HDMI. Actually, let me flip back over to my camera quick here. So I don't know how well this is going to pick it up. I mean, it's not rocket science. You just don't see this connection on a lot of things. Maybe some real small electronic devices, but like I said, even Raspberry Pis have a real mini plug that goes into an HDMI, and you do need like a dongle cord to do the. So here's the normal HDMI side, but then the flip side of it, which plugs into your unit, is like the same shape, but it's like half the size. It's like a miniature. So it's a little female to male adapter that we got here. Like I said, I ordered 2 of these off eBay for like $3. Took like 5 or 6 days to ship here. So not a big deal. But yeah, you do have to have the stupid little adapter in there to play the game. So all right, let's fire this bad boy up. Let's not watch this video again. Let's fire up the Neo Geo here. I might have to oh, it was working. You can see I might have to flip the HDMI signal off and on again. Come on, you can do it, computer. There we go. All right, so here we go. Let's go through the menus. We'll flip through the games really quick. We're not going to name them all off, but you can read for yourself. So here's the main menu full of games. There should be 40 of them on here. You know, I gotta say, collecting these mini consoles and computers, the coolest thing about collecting all these is the software library that you get from doing this. You know, if you think about it, you know, I'm up to like 12, 13, or 14 systems now. When you're talking like 50 packed in titles per system, I know some aren't that much, but let's just pretend. That's a lot of games I now own that, you know, we can play legally, or do things like, you know, play them in different emulators and not really worry as much because we own the game and all that stuff. You know, that's that whole emulator ROM thing. It's a whole gray area, but actually owning the games when you're playing them, you know, it makes it just that much better that you actually own the game. So it's kind of cool. I know there's a lot of varying opinions on that kind of stuff, but like I said, awesome way to build a game library. Like I've played like through maybe the first Metal Slug or Metal Slug X. You know, there's so much Metal Slug on here. I've never played half of these. Goes all the way up to 5. We got King of Monsters, awesome arcade game. King of Monsters 2. Sengoku 3. That's actually a really cool game if it's what I think it is. I've played 1 and 2. 1 is kind of, one has not aged as well. 2 looks really good. I've never played 3, so kind of interested to play that. Magician Lord, no idea what that is. Blues Journey, Shock Troopers. Yeah, for me personally, I like to own my games, original preferable, but digital from a digital store, or from a mini console. Yep, I get it. I mean, I'll play anything. I'm not that way, but I do prefer, you know, it is cooler owning the games. I don't need it to be physical media. I don't need a case. I don't need a book. I don't need a box. I don't have shelves in my room around me to display everything. I think that, you know, to a point, sometimes looks trashy when I see people's huge rooms just full of shelves and disc cases and stuff like that. It's you know, games that they'll never play, but they collect them, and I get the collecting part of it. I'm not gonna diss them on that, but I love electronic format, digital format. You know, have one little USB stick or one little console like this, just full of games. Robo Army, never heard of it. Shock Troopers, never heard of it. Cross Swords, had played that in the arcade. Mutation Nation, 3-count bout. King of Fighters, a bunch of them. I played a couple of them. Art of Fighting's Fatal Fury special, another Fatal Fury. So just if you're into, you know, SNK is huge on fighting games, right? I'm hoping they have a couple of them on here that I've played through emulation. It would be really cool to actually own them. I'm hoping they're on here. Samurai Showdown. Oh, here we go. Samurai Showdown. Last Blade 2. Last Blade 2 is really cool. I think I played Last Blade 1 also. And if you're into fighters even somewhat, give this one a try. This is a pretty fun game. World Heroes Perfect. Kazuna Encounter. Never heard or played this one. Ninja Masters. I love myself a little golf game, whether it's on the computer or the arcade. I'm a golfer in real life. I'm not really good. I'm just a hack. But I love playing golf in video games and just sitting back and chilling. So I'm excited that Top Players Golf is on here. Soccer game, Super Sidekicks, Football Frenzy. No idea what that is. Blazing Star. That's a cool game. That's a cool shooting game. Last Resort. Never heard of that. Ghost Pilots. And back to Puzzled. And we are wrapping around to game number 1. So 40 games on this thing, with a built-in screen, with a controller, with buttons, with HDMI out to your TV. $22. Yeah, I couldn't pass that up. If it would have been $60 or $80, which I've been finding out on the internet, I got all these games somewhere else, whether it's emulation or other. But and since the cabinet wasn't modeled after like an actual SNK arcade machine, the red one is more detailed. I mean, it's the same shape and everything, but it's different graphics, different stickers. I'm kind of thinking I might go back and get that one just to have them both. Not really sure. But yeah, very cool to have this. Let's go up to settings, see what we can do in the settings. We've got English, we've got Dutch, France, Italiano, and Czech or Psych or whatever that is. We got 2 pages actually. We're just going to back out of this. I don't want to change my language. We can do different sortings on games, default sortings or recently played. Screen size. We can set it to widescreen, stretched, or 4:3. You can compress it in, maybe with a border. I'm thinking that is on the bottom, or expand it to the edge of your screen. So they got a lot of different output choices here for screens, which is nice. Actually, so I play all my games on 4:3. But behind me, I actually have an old CRT TV, and whenever I'm pumping my games through all of my video adapters out to the CRT TV, you want to play it on widescreen because you want it to be stretched to the edges of your screen, which on a CRT, it compresses it in, and I'm moving my hands around like you can see me, but I don't have my video on right now. I'm doing something like this, you want to stretch it to the widescreen, but then when you play it on the CRT back here, the widescreen actually shrinks it down to 4x3 size. So that's how you choose it when you play it on the CRT TV. But when you're playing it on a widescreen monitor, love going 4x3 mode. 4x3 is the way. I mean, if I had to play it stretched, I could deal with it. There's always going to be a little nagging in my mind about it because, yeah, I've grown up with gaming, arcade games and everything since the 70s. You know, I like having, when I'm playing different systems, even if it's through emulators, I like having a specific controller. So if I'm playing like PS1, I want to have a PS1 controller. If I'm playing N64, I want to have an N64 controller in my hand. If I'm playing arcade games on my arcade machine, I want it to, you know, I've got like 5 or 6 different control panels that I plug into my arcade machine. And when I boot it up, it boots up the menu of games that go with those controls, like trackball spinner, switch it out for a driving controller, switch it out for a joystick controller, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm really picky about my controls more than anything. I don't know, that's just one of my weird things. Image quality optimization. I have no idea what this is. We're just going to leave it off for now. Maybe it makes it clearer. I have heard through reviews of this thing, like months and months and months ago, when I was looking at it, that the HDMI output quality isn't the best. Maybe that makes it clearer, but maybe it taxes your hardware a little bit more. Maybe it lowers your frame rate, makes games choppy. I don't know. Default settings. And what else we got? We got help options. We got the official mini website. SNK Facebook, SNK Twitter. Copyright information. Product is protected by copyright. Start and select settings. What's that? Oh, so that's the same thing. Start and select. Takes you into the settings. It doesn't let, it probably just gives you a link, I'm guessing. Oh, there you go. QR code. That's one way to do it, right? All right, so there's the system in a nutshell. We're going to play some games now. And I do also want to say, because I do love this feature in my mini systems, is that as of late, and I don't know an exact date, and I know it's taken a while, but you can mod this thing and mod your firmware on it to customize it, load additional games. You know the story. Get more out of it than just the 40 pack-in games. So there is a way to mod this thing. I'm 100% sure I probably will do it, because any system I buy, if you can do that, I do it just to get the most out of it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't have it modded now. It's just out of the box as of a couple days ago, and haven't had time to even play any full games on here yet. Like I said, tonight is the first night we're even giving this thing any attention. So, with that being said, I'm not looking to get into like a 45-minute game, and knowing these are arcade games, they're not going to last 45 minutes, but is there anything, Mr. Don Valor, you want to see first? I don't care what I play on this thing. I'm just going to play some games. When you do have the HDMI cable plugged into this thing, it does on the little LCD screen, it shows the Neo Geo logo on the screen, but it outputs the menus and the games to the monitor. Magician Lord or KOF 98. Well, maybe we'll try them both. I don't know what Magician Lord is. Did I pass it? Is this not in... Oops. It was around here somewhere. Maybe we'll just let it go. There it is. All right, there you go. The good old Neo Geo boot screen logo. Magician Lord. So yeah, you can kind of tell, and maybe you can't on the shrunken image on the stream, but I have this displaying full screen on my computer monitor. It is a little low resolution. It's definitely not 720p resolution, but it's good enough for me. I mean, it looks great. I don't need it to be crystal clear perfect. You know, once I mod it, would it be crystal clear? 720 output? I don't know, probably not, but okay, so shoot jump. Used to play this at the arcade. Oh man. Well, I hope I do it justice because I've never seen this before. Following is the story of fantasy. Once upon a time, a giant evil descended peaceful land of Caduceus. Okay, we're not going to be able to read all that, but how do we get our credit in here? Player 1, Dale of Evil Goods. Alright, so we got jumping with the stick. Wait, nope, jumping with that button. Is it it's 2 buttons, I think. Oh boy, here we go. Holy crap, there's going to be a learning curve here. They made their money off you. Oh, we got like random spawning here in this game. Ooh, what's this? Is this an enemy or is that just background? Oh, balls. Holy cow. So in other gaming news, last weekend I started collecting the parts needed to work on my Dance Dance Revolution modding project. Okay, so that guy's, oh man. That guy's hands are kind of like a shield. So I had recently, okay, I gotta learn where these guys are popping out. Or if it's just like really that random. Oh, here we go. Memory card save. No, we didn't really get anywhere. Why does that look like a golf ball in the background there? So yeah, I just started getting into loading up Dance Dance Revolution on a bunch of systems. Used to play it a lot back in the day. I still feel like I'm kind of young enough to do it. You know, I won't get too crazy on it, but always love myself some Dance Dance Revolution. And there's a mod project out there. I'm just gonna like slowly work my way across here, where you can take your DDR pad, you know, those cheap pads that you got, and actually mod it and attach it to some wood, like a wood base with some vinyl over the top of it, and it improves the quality of the pad like tenfold. So I got my wood cut last week, having to go out and get the vinyl that I need. I need to purchase a staple gun. I thought I had one, but I can't find it. So we're gonna mod the DDR pad. That's gonna be our next project that we do. Can I shoot up? Oh, you can shoot up. Okay. All right, we're slowly getting the hang of this here. Oh, I got a duck with those guys. Look at that, we made it to the ladder. Woohoo! Holy crap, what is this now? I have the power. Oh! Can I use both buttons to do a special anything? Or am I just gonna die here? I think I'm just gonna die here. Oh, I transformed back. Took too many hits. Oh no. Oh no. I'm getting sloppy. Is this the end of the level? Woohoo! Can I pause? I wonder if I can pause my games. Should I try it? Whew! Break time. All right. So yeah, so Dance Dance Revolution, you know, have it on a few different systems. And then on the computer, there was a knockoff of Dance Dance Revolution called, oh, what the heck was it called? Oh man, I can't even remember, but I got it packed away in my software libraries from long ago, with a whole bunch of different song packs. Yeah, Step Mania. There you go. Good call. So yeah, being a USB dance pad, I'll be able to plug that into my arcade machine. I'll be able to plug that into my PC. I'll be able to plug it into, you know, say a Raspberry Pi and use it as a controller. You know, so lots of different options with it being USB. And I was actually kind of surprised they sell. I know they make new pads. You know, like high quality pads that you can buy for like $200 or $300. Oh, I gotta learn how to get past that a little better. What the? But I didn't know they still made the cheapy pads for like $30 or $40 that you can get on Amazon. So that's the route I went. I went the cheapy pad this time. I used to have a good steel pad. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just rushing into this. So how do I save my game? So let's try this. Let's do a save. Do I want to format it? Yes. So how do I load my game now? Push start, memory card continue. Load, yes, no, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I used to have a big old metal pad and I had that thing. It was a PlayStation 1 metal pad and I kind of rewired it, took it apart from the inside, made USB out of it, used it. It shorted out or did something weird that I wasn't able to. Oh, so I'm back here anyway? Or did I screw up on the load of the game? All right, let's try and get back in here. Not sure why we chose the movie theater theme here tonight, but that was the theme of choice here tonight. All right, so load, yes. So maybe I just didn't even make it far enough in the game to like really get anywhere else here. Let's give it one more try and then we'll switch games. Oh. So kind of excited to get back into the Dance Dance Revolution thing. Oh, I wasted a whole guy on that, just kind of rushing into it. I gotta not do that. Can you like hold down your button and charge? No. You know, like a shooter nowadays, how you can like... You can't shoot diagonal. So yeah, the joystick on this thing, as I was mentioning before, it rotates in a perfect round circle 360 degrees, you know, no clickies or anything. I just need to start this level over. Let's see if we can exit and just like restart. So yeah, so it rotates like around, like kind of like if you had an analog controller on your Xbox, it actually feels like that. It spins around like an analog controller, but it only registers 8-way direction, which is kind of interesting. So there's a lot of extra play in here. I don't know how that's going to be for fighting games. It might feel kind of weird, like I'm not a fan of throwing Street Fighter fireballs with an analog joystick. You know, I really like the digital pad, the D-pad for that kind of stuff. So that's going to be, that could be a little challenging. All right, we're taking our time. There's another blue guy here coming out. This guy, we got to crouch. All right, we're taking our time. We're thinking. We're playing smart. We're gonna do something stupid eventually, but you know, it's just a matter of time. I'm surprised they don't have a super power, like a third button, or if you hit 2 buttons at the same time, you know, like you would in like Ninja Turtles or Simpsons or something like that. All right, now there's a ball at the top of this ladder. I gotta... Oh, there, oh shit. I thought I was like smart enough to remember that was there. And I still got whacked by it anyway. Let's try this again. Oh, the blue guy. All right, what do we got in the chest? Ooh, we got goodies. Oh, we are now a ninja with ninja-like abilities. We got power-up, weapon power-ups. Oh, I hesitated on the ladder. Oh, no! I'm losing all of my life. So, oh, are we at a boss battle? What the? Oh. So the button layout is kind of weird on here. So you got 4 buttons, 2 over the top, 2 on the bottom. The top 2 buttons are kind of close to the screen. I don't know how you get through that. So the top 2 buttons are kind of close to the screen. Makes it a little tricky, and the B button is down underneath the top button, like closest to me on the left. It's kind of a weird A-B button layout kind of going on here, but I didn't see anything in the instructions or in the menus for changing button configs. Such an arcade move, respawn you in the middle of tons of enemies. Yep, I know, right? Anything to get another quarter out of me. So what's the first arcade game you ever remember playing, Don? Do you recall that magical day? Okay, here we go, boss fight. Oh, that guy's all shielded up, and he's got some minions. Oh, this is not fair. This is not fair at all. That is not a game for the weak at heart. And it maybe if I had normal arcade controls, it might feel different, but on this little stick, it's kind of tricky. All right, let's try a fighting game. What did you have? King of Fighters 98. Oh, I get my initials in, but yet this screen isn't really moving. That's kind of interesting. What's going on here? Is this our first bugaboo in the system? All right, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. King of Fighters 98. I'm familiar with 97. I don't know if I'm familiar with 98. I mean, I'm sure it's all the same here. We're going to choose some of the typical characters. I don't know if this is this 2-on-2 or 1-on-1 or either. So it gives you 4 credits, it looks like. So the big trick that they use on some of these home games, if they limit you in the credits that they give you, is to get as far as you can in the game on the left player, and then if you need more credits to continue, you continue with the player on the right. You know, that's the old trick since the NES days of how to get more credits out of your game. 1 or 2 players start. Yeah, I kind of don't like that when they limit you credits, especially in a fighting game. When you get to the end bosses and stuff like that. All right, so we're gonna go team play. Looks like you can actually do single play, so that's good. There's practice. Who needs practice? A, B, C, D. Oh, that flashed by pretty quick. All right, let's just pick extra advanced. I don't know what that means. Probably should have read the instructions. I'm assuming Maya's in here somewhere. There she is over there. Oh, that's right. King used to play King a lot too. Man, I haven't played King of Fighters in like forever. All right, let's see how this works on this goofy little analog style stick. Does this guy do Dragon Punch? Yeah, he does. I can actually pull it off. That's kind of interesting. Can't be too bad of a stick if I can pull off the old Dragon Punch here. Trying to remember. Can I like switch team members in the middle of a fight, or do I have to die? I don't remember. Oh, I so won that battle. So I don't really notice... Oh, that's right, you play through until you die. Okay. So I don't really notice any lag or slowdown, anything like that. Like I said, the graphics aren't the crispest. Is that a word? Crispest? But it's definitely tolerable. Alright, let's bring in my... Ready. Jiggle physics, go. Playing some Soul Calibur 3 yesterday or the day before. I think the first day we were chatting or whatever, we were playing some Soul Calibur 1. Maybe it was 2, I don't know. Oh, got my butt. You can press all 4 buttons to call for assistance. Okay, that's... Well, I can't now. I was gonna say, let's try now. Oh man, I don't remember King at all. I used to use her all the time, but... Oh man. Woohoo! Go King, go! I think that was a backwards Dragon Punch kick. Or maybe just a fireball, I don't know. Yeah, so the top 2 buttons on the controller are really close to the screen. It's a little annoying. It's tolerable. It's not comfortable, but... Okay, that move needs to stop because that's not working for me. It is surprisingly easy to get the fireballs off and stuff. I didn't think it was going to be. So you're saying that... Oh, time's up. Alright, let's play one more game here. We'll go for another 10 or 15 minutes. Let's go for a non-fighting game. Actually, I would love to show you Last Blade 2, but we're not going to do a fighting game. I'm tempted to do... Let's do some Blazing Star. I was going to do some golf, but we don't want to slow the stream down too much. That's more for when we are in the mood for a chill stream. So now I'm wondering with this thing, since it has USB-C on the left for a controller, it has USB-C on the right for a controller. I wonder what controllers are compatible with this thing, if it's only the Neo Geo controllers, or are there other options? Like, can I plug my Xbox controller in here? I don't know. I'll have to do some research on the interwebs and find out what I can do with this thing. Or maybe after it's modded, maybe there's more options on what to do. You know, Blazing Star. I don't know if have I played this? I think I was thinking of a game that was on the PC Engine that I have. I don't think Neo Geo games ever made it onto the PC Engine Mini or the TurboGrafx 16. Blazing Lasers, that's it. You know, there's so many Blazing titles out there. Blazing Saddles, Blazing. All right, let's go. Let's do some Blazing Star. Oh, this looks cool. All right, we got a 2-button game, so I gotta remember it's these 2 buttons. What do we got? Shooting, power-ups. You can hold, you can charge. Okay. Did Neo Geo make a lot of shoot 'em ups? I don't recall. I know they're big on fighting games. I know they got a lot of sports games. There was one I played, it's called Viewpoint. I don't know if you know what that is. That's kind of a side scrolling, kind of Zaxxon looking game. Kind of a shoot 'em up. That one's kind of fun. Alright, so we're shooting, we're charging, we're releasing. The background graphics are pretty cool. The level design. So do I spend these kind of like a Gradius thing, or do they just power me up automatically? I don't see like a weapon selection kind of thing. Oh, the power-up is pretty sweet there. The old charge moves. Let's see if I can pause. Neo Geo had a good share of shoot 'em ups. Okay, oh, that's cool. Then I'm gonna like this then. When we had Neo Geo games in the arcade, so I grew up in the arcade, you know, like most of us did. But then when I was like 19 years old, I actually got a job at our Aladdin's Castle that we had in town, so it was kind of like living the dream. Neo Geo to me was always kind of like, you know, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I always felt like Neo Geo was like tier B games. Like if all the big title games, the AAA title games, were busy or being played, Neo Geo was like the next choice, you know, kind of deal. But you know, later in life, now that I play more Neo Geo games and I have an appreciation for more games, I think I was wrong about that. I mean, this is pretty insane. Pretty cool looking. You know, it wasn't always the clearest looking graphics. You know, but they got a lot of cool stuff going on here, from the animated sky up above to the multi-level scrolling screen design. Auto power, if I remember.
Get ready.
Oh, this is cool looking. This is kind of giving me some Gradius vibes here. What is button? So button B. Was that allowing me to change weapons? Is that what it was doing? I should have paid attention in the instructions a little more. So yeah, this controller feels really good for a game like this. You know, it is 8-way directional movement. It's up, down, left, right, and diagonal. But the way the controller is moving with the analog feel, it feels really good actually. For this at least. A lucky panel appears. Collected all panels. Power-up item appears. So I see the little C icon down in the bottom. Wasn't watching enough to know how many different icons are down there or what they do. Oops. All right, so I guess I gotta go out on a limb and say that I was a little surprised by this thing. I am very happy with this. This is what I've been playing off of for the last hour, half hour, whatever. I got my HDMI cable going in with my adapter going into my computer for the stream. I have not put any kind of marquee stickers on there or not yet, so I want to make it look nicer, but I also kind of don't want to, because if I put it on crooked or stupid looking, I feel like that's going to be a one-time shot trying to get that sticker on there. So I don't know, I'll have to think about that. Last thing I want to do is put a freaking sticker on crooked or sideways and screw this thing up, right? So 22 bucks on Temu. I know a lot of people hate Temu with all of their heart, and you know, I've kind of adopted it over the years. I've probably made about 5 or 6 purchases off of there. And like I said, I haven't looked at it for like 8 months to a year, and all of a sudden last week I looked at it and Neo Geo, 22 bucks. So yeah, good deal. After playing this and being pretty happy with it and knowing that you can mod it, I'm really tempted to go out there and get the red one that has the SNK graphics on it. You know, it's the same design, same joystick, control panel and everything, but it's just got more of the red arcade look to it. So for 22 bucks to have it as part of the collection, I might have to go out there and see if it's still there. So, and there's a little bit different games on there. I think there's like 4 different games between the two. Is that enough to justify getting another system? No. I mean, even if they had the exact same games on it, I think it might be worth it to have both of them. And I definitely, like I said, got to look into the modding thing, see what I can do with it. Yeah, so pretty cool thing. I guess first impressions, you know, it doesn't look like an actual Neo Geo arcade game. That's my biggest gripe. If they would have done something different with the shape, the molding of the cabinet, I think I would have been more happy with it. But for everything else included in here, under 50 bucks, I think this is a pretty neat little unit. I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. I know a lot of reviewers out there on YouTube don't like it. and they give it bad reviews, but you know, I just can't complain about it because of the price I got it for. So, you know, if I would have paid $80 for it, we might be nitpicking this thing apart a little more, but no need to do that. So, all right, I think that is all I got in the tank here tonight. What is it? Tuesday today. We'll be back on Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Not sure what we're going to be playing. Don says, I think they sell Neo Geo USB controllers. They do. They did say that they made controllers for these. I don't know if it's a general controller you're talking about or if it's a controller specifically designed for this. I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to have a matching controller with it, right? That would be pretty cool. So yeah, I'll have to look into that. I just don't want to sink too much money on it. I like getting as much as I can for the least amount of money. So I don't want to buy something and turn it into an investment of all of a sudden now I'm spending like 60 or 80 or $120 on this stuff. But this for under 50 is pretty decent. So, all right, Don, I'm out of here. If anyone else is out there watching, thanks for stopping by tonight. We checked out the Neo Geo Mini, and yeah, now we're up to like 13. Over on the YouTube channel, I've been slowly reviewing all the different minis out there, so now I can add this to the collection. Maybe I'll throw this in the next show that we do. Maybe we'll put this one up against the My Arcade Game Station Go, the Atari Game Station Go, since they're both built-in controls, built-in LCD screens. Maybe we'll put them up against each other and talk about those in the next video. So, all right, you are welcome down anytime, and we'll see everyone again Thursday night. I'm out of here.
The doors slide open. Air smells like dust and sugar.